The battered apartment door swung open. Behind it, like a scowling jack-in-the-box, still quivering at the top of his spring, loomed a huge man with a gun. For a moment, the three of them stared at each other. Then the gunman shouted something. Charlie thought she heard, "I don't talk to no police." His pistol was up and cocked. It was also pointed directly at Charlie's partner. Behind him, a weeping woman was kneeling on the floor and holding two terrified children in her arms. They were frozen in place. If they'd been a marble sculpture, it would have been named Terror. The gunman's finger was on the trigger. It was trembling, and the muzzle was pointed directly at Charlie's partner's chest. But nothing happened for a while, as a distant radio played a Fleetwood Mac classic, Dreams. And then Charlie took the leap. Without even knowing she was going to do it, she dove forward. Like a middle linebacker exploding into a ball carrier's ribcage, she went head-on into the gunman's midsection. He flew backwards, and his pistol cracked angrily. The round went sizzling away into the sound of Fleetwood Mac. Another moment passed. Or was it a year? And then the suspect was flat on his back, and Patrolman Carter had the S&W against his skull. "Another move, you're dead," said Carter. The suspect didn't move. Within a few seconds, Reggie Carter had turned him over and was kneeling on his back while he applied the handcuffs. Soon there was a loud clicking sound, which told him the assailant had been restrained. But Charlie was still sitting on the floor. She was staring at her left leg, 4 inches above the knee, where the blood was now pumping from her femoral artery. Her eyes were huge with fear. Shuddering with the effort, she slowly crawled up to a kneeling position. She was still studying the left pants leg of her blue uniform, watching it turn redder with each beat of her heart. "God damn it!" screamed Patrolman Carter. "Ah, shit! Charlie!" He was also staring at the reddening pants leg. It was arterial bleeding, and he'd seen it before. If it kept up, he knew she'd bleed out within a few minutes. "Charlie!" he shouted. "That dirty son of a bitch!" But then he caught himself because of the kids. His face had gone expressionless, cold as stone. He was already tearing his leather belt away from his hips. Tourniquet. But he couldn't get it tied off. The buckle was too slippery with blood. "God damn it!" he screamed again. "Son of a bitch!" The blood was pooling on the floor. The woman with the kids was also screaming, and the kids wailed frantically while she clutched them to her heaving breast. Fleetwood Mac sang on. It was a desperate struggle for a while, but Carter finally managed to get it done. He cinched the belt so tightly that Charlie screamed. But then she fainted, and her wandering eyes quickly fluttered shut. Reggie's broad face was twisted with shock. He was already on the radio. "Officer down! Repeat, officer down! Dispatch, I got a 1000 at the Pleasant View. That's a 1000 at the Pleasant View, apartment 801. We're right near the elevators on the 8th floor. Get that goddamn ambo moving." The radio was silent for a moment. Then came a burst of static. "Copy that, 6-9er. 1000 at the Pleasant View, 8th floor, apartment 801. Officer down. All patrols. Roger that. Repeating, 1000 at the Pleasant View. 6-9er, do you have a live shooter?" Patrolman Carter was now shaking his head rapidly, and he was still shouting. "Shooter disarmed and in custody, dispatch. Repeat, shooter in custody. Officer down with leg wound, arterial bleeding. Move that ambulance." "Roger that, 6-9er. We're on the way. Talk to me, 6-9er. Talk to me. All patrols, 1000 at the Pleasant View, 8th floor, extreme caution. 1000, 1000. Patrolman Carter was breathing harder now, and his eyes had gone vague and glassy. "Hang on, Charlie," he said. Now that his hands were free, the muzzle of the gun once again rested against the suspect's head. "You better hope she makes it, shitbird." Charlie was unconscious, and her breathing had gone soft and ragged. But Patrolman Carter could already hear the sirens wailing, racing toward them.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it. at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.